Are you facing trials that make you question where God is, wondering if He's testing your loyalty right now in ways you've never noticed? God's testing your loyalty, and that's a hidden truth you need to grasp, because He's refining you like gold in the fire, preparing you for a purpose bigger than yourself. And if you miss the signs, you might stumble in the process, losing the blessing He has in store. First, let's dive into a shocking revelation. He's using delays to probe your patience, because James 1 verse 3 says the testing of your faith produces perseverance. And you might be waiting for that job offer, that relationship to heal, or that prayer to be answered, feeling stuck. But secretly, God is watching how you respond, because a loyal heart trusts His timing even when doors stay closed. And if you're growing impatient, complaining, or forcing your own way, you're revealing where your allegiance truly lies. Think of Abraham, promised a son, yet tested with years of waiting, Genesis 21 verse 2. And his loyalty shone when he didn't waver. So when your delay feels endless, when hope seems faint, it's a test to see if you'll stay faithful or turn away, because God won't entrust His best to someone who can't wait on Him. The second sign cuts deeper. He's using opposition to measure your courage, because Joshua 1 verse 9 commands you to be strong and courageous. Yet you might be facing criticism, rejection, or even persecution, and God is observing how you stand, because a loyal heart fights the battle with faith, not fear. And if you're shrinking back, blaming others, or giving up, Satan's whispering doubts are winning, turning your opposition into a mirror of your trust. Look at Daniel, thrown into the lion's den, Daniel 6 verse 16. Yet remained steadfast, and his loyalty saved him. So when people mock your faith, when challenges mount, it's a test to see if you'll bow to the pressure or stand firm in God's strength. Because loyalty in the fire proves your heart to Him. Here's the third warning. He's using sacrifice to reveal your priorities, because Matthew 6 verse 33 says to seek first the kingdom. Yet you might be asked to give up something dear, time, money, a dream, and God is testing if you'll put Him above all, because a loyal heart surrenders willingly, not grudgingly. And if you're clinging to what you love more than Him, you're showing where your treasure lies, opening the door for distraction. Consider the rich young ruler. He couldn't part with his wealth, Mark 10 verse 22. And his loyalty faltered, so when God asks you to let go, when He calls you to serve instead of hoard, it's a hidden test to see if you'll obey or resist, because true loyalty aligns your will with His. The fourth sign is sobering. He's using temptation to strengthen your resolve, because 1 Corinthians 10 verse 13 promises no temptation beyond what you can bear. Yet you might be battling lust, anger, or pride, and God is watching how you fight, because a loyal heart resists with His power, not its own. And if you're yielding, justifying, or hiding your sin, you're failing the test, letting Satan exploit your weakness. Think of Joseph, faced with Potiphar's wife, Genesis 39 verse 12. Yet fled, proving his loyalty. So when temptation knocks, when your integrity is on the line, it's a divine probe to see if you'll honor God or cave, because loyalty in temptation builds the character He needs for your calling. The fifth insight is a hidden challenge. He's using silence to deepen your dependence, because Psalm 46 verse 10 says to be still and know He is God. Yet you might feel abandoned, hearing no answers, and God is testing if you'll seek Him anyway, because a loyal heart waits in faith, not frustration. And if you're doubting, running to other voices, or growing bitter, you're missing the growth He intends. Look at Job, stripped of everything, yet he worshipped, Job 1 verses 20 to 21. And his loyalty brought restoration. So when God's silence stretches, when you feel alone, it's a test to see if you'll lean on Him or lean on your own understanding. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6. Because loyalty in the quiet prepares you for the loud victories ahead. You're in a season of testing, and God's probing your loyalty through delays, opposition, sacrifice, temptation, and silence, each a forge to shape you into His image. But if you resist, complain, or turn away, Satan will steal the lesson, leaving you stuck. So here's your challenge. Embrace the wait with trust, face opposition with courage, surrender your sacrifices with joy, resist temptation with strength, and rest in silence with faith. Because when you pass these tests, God will unveil the destiny He's been crafting, crowning your loyalty with His unshakable peace.